Hey, if you caught the first episode of this series from survival mode to intentional living, then you already know we're not here for the surface level conversations or the microwave motivation. Welcome to the intentionally random broadcast, where the topics might be random, but the growth is always intentional. I'm Anthony's Too Real, and across from me is the one and only Tina Mo for show. Now, on the last episode, we talked about that feeling of like being stuck and how sometimes what looks like stagnation is actually stretching. But today, we're going deeper. Because the truth is, a lot of people say they want growth, but they're still protecting the very things that keep them broken. Ouch. So, this episode, we're getting real about why people defend habits that are holding them back, the difference between protecting your peace and protecting your pain, how comfort can quietly become your biggest limitation, and why real healing requires honesty most people avoid. And listen, ain't nobody trying to shame nobody, okay? It's about awareness. Because sometimes God isn't waiting on your situation to change. He's waiting on you to see it clearly. So if you've been praying for growth, but avoiding the mirror, also ouch. This conversation might get a little uncomfortable. But uncomfortable is where transformation lives. This is episode 2 of our Intentionally Random series. And if you're serious about evolving, stay with us. This is Intentionally Random Broadcast. Let's get intentional. Welcome, Tina, can you hear me?
Hear you loud and clear. How you doing? How you living? How you doing?
Breathing, breathing, blinking, and blessed. Breathing, blinking, and blessed. How you feel today?
I'm in there. I'm in there like swimwear, as they say.
I'm in that like swim well. No
Mhm.
chair needed. Standing. Okay.
Yes. Today is gonna get a little bit uncomfortable. I see a couple of people in here, in the chatments. I think I want to just go ahead and give them some shout outs while we have a couple of people here in the building with us. I see Brit Family Fun, who we also know as Yolanda. We appreciate your presence being here. Greetings and salutations, and welcome to the Chatmans.
Hey.
Precious, so glad that you decided to hang out with us today. Greetings and salutations. Uh, as always, we appreciate your presence. Welcome to the Chatmans.
Hey, Precious.
And of course, I always like to roll out my red carpet. If for the one and only my cousin, my blood, and my veins is in the building. The Black Love Permissionist is in here hanging out with us. So glad that you decided to hang and check us out tonight. Hang with us for a pair of seconds. Greetings and salutations, cuz, and welcome to the Chatmans.
Hey, Cruz.
Yes, indeed. Uh-oh, we got a few more people in the building tonight. Agree to Disagree podcast. So glad to see you tonight. Uh, as always, we always like to acknowledge our men in the building. It is a blessing to have your strength in the place and your testosterone. Greetings and salutations. Welcome to the Chatmans. Oh, Shayla. Hey, so glad that you decided to hang out with us tonight. Anytime I see your face, it always brightens me up. But again, we appreciate you deciding to hang out with us. Greetings and salutations, and welcome to These Here Chapmans. And then,
Hey.
yeah, I know, right? None other than the real odds and evens. Another one of our brothers from another mother, hello, is in
Hello.
the building. So glad that you decided to hang out with us. As always, we like to acknowledge you, sir, as being one of the upstanding men in the intentionally random family. So glad that you decided to hang out with us tonight. Greetings and salutations, and welcome to these here Chatmans. Be okay. Working,
Oh,
lurking, and twerking as always. So glad that you decided to hang out with us tonight. Greetings and salutations. Welcome to these here chatments.
hey now.
I can't be telling people she one of my favorites out here. To be
Mm,
okay. I ain't say y'all ain't heard me say that, but I'm just saying.
okay. We ain't trying to get jump.
I ain't trying to get nothing started or nothing. Fantastic Five is in the building. Hey, ladies, so glad that you decided to hang out with us tonight. Greetings and salutations, and welcome to these here chatments. She always a glow of sunshine and everything whenever she comes. She just be smiling and so nice. I'm like, I ain't never been that nice before, but it's wonderful. I'm for real. Sometimes you got to have
Serious?
nice people around you. Keep you a little grounded. I be a little mean
I ain't never been
sometimes.
that nice before.
I have a little edge, to me, but it's some people they just wholesome and sweet and nice.
Right?
I just love that about fantastic. It's wonderful. We can be okay to myself. Yes. Uh-huh. So glad that you all have come out here tonight. And I must admit, Antonice, I'm nervous.
You nervous?
I'm very nervous. It's not very often that I come across a topic that, kind of shakes me up because generally I could talk about just about anything.
Mm-hmm.
And, I may be a little nervous on the outset because I'm like, okay, I'm dealing with something, we're going to be talking about something. I'm going to maybe delve into something a little more personal. But then there are other things that get way more personal than I expect them to. And this is
Mm-hmm.
one of those things because I'm like, I got plenty of stories I could tell. I could tell stories for the rest of my life because I already had something going on that was ridiculous. But when it comes
Right?
to the internal work, it's completely
Mm.
different. And I think today just kind of highlights that. But how you doing today, Anthony?
Shoot, you talk about you a little. I'm okay. I'm super excited. I was about to say I don't really feel nervous. I just be feeling like, dang, I be telling them my business. And so it's like, yup, I can identify with this one too. But other than that, I feel good. I feel good. God is good all the time and always. Thank you, Lord.
Mm. What you got a big edge? What you mean? I don't know what you're talking about, lady. Yo, you
What
over
you
there?
been laughing?
I have no idea. Um, um, when I tell you I'm probably going to chop and screw your name up like some french fries with a little cheese on it or something. What I could tell you is I'm so glad that you decided to hang out with us tonight. Greetings and salutations. Welcome to these here Chapmans. Hopefully you'll make yourself at home. At this place at least, as we get ready to talk about some deeper things. But we're so glad that you decided to hang out with us tonight. You have to write it phonetically in the Chapman, so I can know how to pronounce your name, so I don't be out here sounding slower than a snail going up a wall looking for a salt farm. You know what I'm saying?
Hello.
So, hey, I'm just saying. Let me go ahead and share this real quick before I got into full work mode. I sure appreciate that. By all means,
Thank
share this
you.
deep dive into all our personal lives. Um, but I'm just saying, it is what it is. Hold on. I
Ooh.
shall roll out
Mm.
the red carpet once again. It's a few people out here that of course always try to roll out the red carpet. BOK is actually one of those people. And don't be out here shading talking about some, oh, why she ain't even been here that long. Hush your face. I just could say what I want to say. Um but I'm pausing for the cause because my pastor has jumped up in the building in the Chapmans today.
Oh,
Just wanted to make sure that I roll out the red carpet for you, and I dare somebody to take the red carpet away because they might get a little elbow today. But with that being said, just Danielle 365 is in the building. We most certainly appreciate your presence. You decided to come out here and hang out with us. Greetings and salutations, and welcome to these here Chatmans. Hey, lady, yo. We that's the three piece. What you call us, the three piece?
Yes,
The
my
prayer
three
piece.
piece or my 3 pack. My
Oh yeah, three
three
pack. My
pack.
bad. I didn't talk about some three pieces. My bad. We not side pieces. We packs out here.
Y'all probably was hungry when I said 3 piece that day. But yes, my 3 pack. My praying 3 pack. Hey, hey, Jenny, this is five.
She said no elbows needed. I'm like, well, hey, I fights a little. Um, I don't fight a lot like I used to, but I fight a little. Depending on who it is. But again, this one of those things where oh, I'll take a 2-piece snack for sure. I feel you
Hello.
though. I'm not gonna tell no lie. Show enough had me a 2-piece. Look, bam, hold on. Wait a minute.
Let me put some.
Storytelling extraordinaire has just entered into the chat. Bambi Palermo and the pizza verse is in the building. I'm so glad to see your face in the place. Um, Greetings and salutations. Welcome to the chat, Miss. Glad you decided to hang out with us tonight. Ooh, but when I tell you, whew, my goodness.
What?
Grazie. I'm actually online for once at night. I know, right? We don't be seeing you out here in these young streets. You be up with them wee hours of the morning, them hours
Yeah,
of the morning. I be about to shut it down, and you be getting started. I'm like, oh, I can't keep my eyeball open too long. I'm looking though. I might not come in, but I be looking.
that part.
Um, yes, absolutely. I be glad when I see something that's in the afternoon. I'm like, yes, finally. Now the sun is still up. I don't like the sun part, but when it get closer to around my active times, then I'm like, okay, I can function a little bit. People think I don't go to sleep. I do. I rest a little while sometimes, every now and then, or something like that. Needless to say, whew, we are about to get into um yes, I hear you. I keep odd hours. Yes, indeed. Whew. Hmm. Like a nursing home. Don't say nothing about the nursing home. 'Cause I have to deal with the elderly people. Don't tell nobody. Um. By the way, daylight savings. When is daylight savings?
Oh, tomorrow or
See that?
tonight.
Fantastic. I see you on the live at 3 a.m. When do you sleep? Hey, sometimes, every now and then, then I can't be letting people know what my schedule is. Got to keep you on your toes. Hello.
Hello.
Um,
I asked her too, y'all. She be sleeping. She ain't confirmed the hours, but she do sleep, y'all.
I thank you. I be sleep. Mm-hmm. Sure do. Um, But check this out. Last week, if you were here, I had the hardest time ever trying to remember the name of this 6-part series. We're currently in our second episode of the 6-part series. And the name of the series that I just so absentmindedly forgot last week and just did not know what in the world the name was. Remember, I told y'all, those of you all who were here, I told you all, if you come back next week, I'm going to tell you what this is about.
Mm-hmm.
This is, in fact, about from survival mode to intentional living. That is the name of what? My
First
bad,
of
y'all. The police, the ambulance, and everything just drove by. I didn't want all of that in the chat, miss. Y'all be over there wondering if I'd have laid out or I laid somebody out. That's not the case. It was just the regular people going down the street. I hope they all right and everything. But I ain't got nothing to do with that. She ain't never got a full 8. Let me tell you something. Y'all in my business a little bit, huh? Y'all in my business? Is that what happened? Y'all over there having a discussion about my sleep habits? Uh huh. Yeah, they over there. Did you see the snitching that's happening? Do you see it, Anthony's? I just want to know if you seen it.
y'all. Y'all, I'm sorry. I cannot let y'all do Tina like this. I promise y'all. I cannot confirm the number of hours, but Tina definitely be sleep.
Yes, what was it? It was a few days ago. You called me.
Literally.
She
Y'all.
heard that Barry White. She heard that. I was out here sounding like Sandman Sam's or somebody. I don't know. It was horrible. I was like, hello. I sound like the troll under the bridge when I answered the phone when Anthony's called me. She was like, oh, did I wake you? No, but my voice ain't warmed up. And it can be rough. It's already on the deeper side anyway. Oh, this lady said a series of sanctified naps. I do declare that is hilarious. I'll keep quiet,
Right.
but we we know the knowing. I'm not finna let y'all gang up on me either. Y'all heard Anthony's. Anthony said she will neither confirm nor deny that I be sleep, but I be sleeping. I be sleeping. Anyway, the thing about this series is the fact that as we dive head first, while I'm still yet nervous, I've been trying to talk through it a little bit to get my
Mhm.
nerves to calm down, and I guess the ambulance drove down the street just for me, just in case I was going to go on and faint out there in the grass, but I ain't outside right now. But I heard the sirens waiting on me just in case. But what I can tell you is one of the things, the first things that we want to talk about as it pertains to this second series that we're touching on. I mean, the second part of the series that we're touching on. We were going to be talking about why people defend habits that are holding them back. You do know comfort is costing you. I hope you know that.
Mhm.
That once you get to a place where you're like, okay, I ain't got to do nothing else, I'm making all the money I need to make. I done did the inner work, as if nothing else in life will ever hit you, like you're never going to get any older or you're never going
Mhm.
to, run into any problems. I'm like, even the water in the tub got to turn off or you're going to have a flood once you turn it on. So at some point, you have to deal with the things that are proverbially turned on in your life. But if you are comfortable with how things have been flowing in your life, how things have been going, you can really
Mhm.
set yourself up for a trap, you know and how you end up having that comfort to cost you is in the vein of how we have a tendency to defend habits that are holding us back.
Mhm.
Um, oh, I see Crystal is in the building. Crystal Squirrel, which definitely want to acknowledge you. So glad that you decided to hang out with us tonight. Greetings and salutations, and welcome to D's Hit Chat, Miss. I
Hey,
wonder if you're going live
CG.
tonight. Drop it in the chat if you're going live. It's Saturday. Hey, what we doing? Never mind. That I'll talk to you about that later. But anyway, I didn't, I didn't
Number two,
squirrel. Yeah,
going
don't
live
mind
later.
me. Don't mind me. I didn't squirreled a little bit. Um, one thing that I could say, as it pertains to defending habits that are holding us back or holding me back, and let me be transparent, is holding on to relationships. Now I know I know I have a bad habit of doing this because I'm very, very loyal. Loyal to a fault. Fault be a big fault line. Let me tell you, bigger than the one that's underneath the state of Tennessee.
Who you
Huge
telling?
fault as it pertains to holding on to people. I have had this thing of, having seasons in my life where I was able to let some people go. Of course, into toxicity, the
Mhm.
things will get toxic. I'm like, no, we won't be selling anything uh, of the pharmaceutical, persuasion together. No, that's not what we're doing because
Okay.
I don't want to live that type of lifestyle. So it's certain people, and certain things as it pertains to my past that was easy to let go of. But what happens when you make it to a place where you like all the people I have in my life are healthy, well,
Mhm.
they're not trying to influence me to do this or do that. But what happens when you do need to do some more pruning? And I found myself in one of those places where I'm like, okay, why am I still defending, holding on to something I ain't supposed to be holding on to or holding on oh
Mhm.
yeah, I went straight into the relationship, Danielle, because I'm telling on myself today. Because it's one of
You
those
like
things,
coach?
hey, no chill today. I'm going straight in. I
You
ain't gonna
went
have
head
my eyes
first,
closed, but I'm gonna blink a
pause.
lot. You said what?
No, I said she went head first, pause. Like this.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yes, because it's one of those things of how long you gonna keep hiding behind the mirror. You want everyone to be able to see themselves, but you won't step in front of it yourself. You know
Mm,
you got something going on. You know when you wake up in the morning, you got to wash your face. Why? Because you might have some sleep in your eyes, some slobber down your jaw or something. I don't know how y'all be sleeping at night. But what I can tell you is that when you go to sleep and you wake up, you better look in the mirror.
hello.
You got to wash your face. You gotta, or like the folks say, you gotta brush your face and wash your teeth. You got to be able to do something to get yourself together. But what happens when you don't? And you just out here looking crazy because you won't take the time to look in the mirror. Like if you ever putting on a button down shirt and you don't look in the mirror and how you might get miss a button.
Yup.
Pause. I know fantastic. Don't mind me. I might say a whole lot of possible things. All I can tell you is keep a pause in your spirit because I don't care today.
Hello.
Um, and you just gonna have to get it how you live and catch it how you catch it, huh? Throw it back if you don't want it. But what I can tell you is, as it pertains to the whole thing of wanting to grow, wanting to go from surviving or survival mode
Mm,
to intentional living, I got to be intentional about taking the moment or taking the time to say, is this good for me?
hmm.
Um, I don't necessarily expect for everyone to be able to just do everything. Like
Right.
I'm not looking for wisdom from every place. Can I gain or glean from people? Yeah, absolutely. You can learn something from
Hmm.
anybody. But when it comes down to that sound, um, secure, understanding, insightful, um, perception that I need for my life, I just can't go to everybody for that. And I'm not finna make everybody my counselor either. Because folks be
Hmm.
having their own agendas and people have their own ways of doing things that ain't got nothing to do with my life. And then there's nothing
Right.
wrong with them. You choose your path, you do your thing. Hey, whoop de do. I mean, I ain't ringing no bells and I ain't, clocking out on nobody. It's just the thing that I have my life and the way that I want to live it. And sometimes I have to hold up the mirror and say, am I reflecting the life I really want to live?
Mm.
But what do you think about that defending habit? Can you say you notice that you have habits that you try to defend that are holding you back, Anthony?
Yes. I was gonna say when you said about relationships, I feel like that. Yes, like with relationships, shoot, with other things that people like on the outside may not even really see. I'm a
Mm,
really bad, which I mean, my YouTube channel can probably show people that y'all procrastinate so bad. Lord help me, Lord. If y'all pray, pray that procrastination spirit
mm,
like off of me. Like I really struggle with that, and I think that's one of the things. Because I was gonna say relationships is on the list. I can definitely identify with that, but procrastination, like I was a really bad procrastinator, and I'm only saying was y'all because I have been trying to be intentional for the past 2 weeks. So who judging me? But like those 2 weeks, these past 2 weeks, I have been trying to be like more intentional because I noticed like I struggle really bad with like having these like really like great like ideas and these really like just I have like these big dreams and these great ideas, but it's like okay, I feel like I'm just like how I'm gonna get there if I don't be intentional, and just get out of being a procrastinator. Because other than that,
mm,
like I'm just gonna keep being a procrastinator, and then I feel like I just would really be in survival mode.
mhm. I definitely understand that as it pertains to procrastination. Let me pause for just a moment. We have a couple of people just came in. Allison, I see you. Just wanted to acknowledge you. I know I wrote some in the chat minutes while Anthony was talking, but I wanted to make sure that I acknowledge you formally. We appreciate your presence, being here, hanging out with us. Greetings and salutations, and welcome to the Chatmans. T. Brown, so glad that you decided to hang out with us as well. As always, we like to acknowledge the men that come into the space. We always feel a little more secure whenever you're in the building. We appreciate your presence and thank you. Greetings and salutations. Welcome to these here Chatmans. I'm trying to make sure I ain't missing nobody else. Okay, I think that's everybody. But yeah, like you said about procrastination, I could say that I have moments where um I have a mixture of things where I'm like, okay, let me pray about it. My let me pray
Mm.
about it means I don't want to do it right now. And unless heaven open up and tell me, Tina, thou shalt go and do such and such, a lot of times I'm like, I'm going to leave it right there. Can I
Okay.
be honest? Can I be honest?
You
I
can
know
be
y'all want me to
honest.
lie. I know don't
Don't lie
nobody in
to
the
me, Tina.
Chapmans want me to lie. I'm just gonna go on and tell the truth. Because there are some times where I'm like, if it's something I don't want to do, I will cop out by saying I'm gonna pray about it. I will pray about it when it comes up. Because at this moment, I ain't trying to think about it at the moment. I don't it's something I don't want to do.
Mm.
If he ain't made illuminated it for me to consider. I don't want to do it. I'm like, what do I want to do that for? Let's put that on the back burner with something else. And so I think about that sometimes. How procrastination has kept me stuck, and it's a bad habit. It's a really, really bad habit to be in one of those spaces where you're not moving forward or you don't have any forward progress, all because of
Mm-hmm.
how much you stacked on the back burner. You know,
Mm.
because it becomes
Mm-mm.
weighty at some point, and if you're dragging a bunch of baggage because of the things that you won't face, the things that you won't deal with, how far can you go, and how long can you sustain that?
Not too long.
I know, right? Mm, mm.
It's a
T
lot.
Brown said, I wasted years doing it. Yes, sir.
Oh, I felt that. It definitely wasted years. Before you came in, T Brown, I was just saying I've been trying to like do better these past 2 weeks. And so I turned 39 this year. So y'all, that's a long time to procrastinate. That's a
Mm-hmm.
long time.
I get it. The second thing that we want to talk about, and we moving along because we ain't gonna be before you long. We ain't finna lie like some of the people that be standing in the pulpit. I ain't talking about nobody pastor. I'm just saying we telling the truth tonight. We starting off on a good foot, and we gonna end on a good one. But what I can tell you is how sometimes comfort can quietly. No, let me back up before then. The difference between protecting your peace and protecting your pain is one of major misnomers that I don't think people understand how much is a big issue. Sometimes we protect being offended. I'm mad at you. You did something
Mm.
to me. I want to stay in this place. I can't move forward because I won't forgive you because I'm stuck in something that happened in the past. John stepped on your toe 20 years ago. You with your IYC Air Force Ones, and you ain't got over that because you felt like they did it on purpose.
Out.
And then here it is. Every time you see them, I gotta protect my peace. Let me get on down. Are you protecting your peace or are you protecting your pain? Because she didn't know how much it cost you to get those icy white Air Force Ones. And what sacrifices had to be
Mm.
made for you to get that to look as well as you did that day, and how they may have been the last on the shelf. You had to pull a couple of strings and might have had to, stroke somebody's arm or ego or something like that to get them to even do it for you. But they don't know the sacrifice that you made to be in that space in the way that you were. So when they stepped on your proverbial Air Force Ones, now you mad at that individual when they just was going about life being human. People step on
Right.
people all the time in a crowded space. It wasn't like y'all was in the empty parking lot and they ran over there to you and ran over your shoe.
And did you say something when it happened?
Mhm.
That's another thing I noticed. Protecting the
Mhm.
pain like that when stuff happens, and instead of, because I used to be like that, like things would happen and honestly I didn't even realize it as being that, as like protecting my pain. But like if something happened and I don't actually tell you, hey, when you did this, like it made me feel like this, or you know what, I really didn't like that. So like holding stuff in, it's like, yo, you really are protecting your pain. And then it's like, can I really be mad at Sally because and she stepped on my shoes? I didn't even tell her. And like you said, she don't know the sacrifice. So it's like, how can you expect? Because to her, it may not be that deep. She might have 10 pair of them shoes in her closet. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? But if
Mhm.
we don't say nothing, then what? I don't know. I think a lot of things we be doing to ourselves, like
Mhm.
we do it like unintentionally. What
Yeah.
if you don't even recognize that, like, you think it's peace and it really is pain, you know?
Mhm. Mhm. Yeah. The truth of the matter is, you were offended. That's it. You were upset that in that moment you were not considered. In that moment, something that really was an accident. And if the shoe was on the other foot, even if you weren't apologetic because you don't feel like you stepped on that person's shoe, you still didn't mean to. You didn't know them, or you didn't even have that kind of relationship with them for it to be a, oh, I'm finna come over there and stomp your shoes out. But it's one of those things sometimes that we can have in on the inside of us that this individual has pained me, has hurt me, has done something to me in such a way that I'm now offended, and at all costs I'm gonna make sure either I'm getting back at them, or where we're vindictive. Hello. Now let me pause right there because that's where I have a problem. I
Mm.
have a problem with, oh, you gonna do me like that? Let me show you what it feel like to get done then, huh?
Mm.
And so it's one of those things of, it's not me protecting my peace, going after people, something that happened 6 months, 6 years ago. You know what I'm saying? It's like, what are you still holding on to that for? But it's more so of the thing of, I have an ego that's involved. It's more of a thing of, my reputation is on the line. It's more of a thing of, I want people to see me in a certain light. I want them to know that I'm strong. I want them to know that I ain't taking no mess. And so when the person did what they did to me, now I got to act a fool. For what? You're not protecting your peace. You're wounded, embarrassed, and your ego is involved. You still there, Anthony?
I'm here. I'm listening. I'm agreeing. I
Yeah.
was gonna say, is it like a pride thing?
Hmm. Yeah, it's pride. That's what I'm talking about. That ego, that pride, that is a part of it. Um, That's the thing about the Black Love Permissioner. She said, "You think it's peace, but it really is pain." Yeah, it's
See,
pain.
that's what I'm saying.
It's pain. It's
Mm.
it's it. It's pain, and people don't even realize sometimes that they're actually being vindictive when they say, "I ain't gonna speak to them. They stepped on my shoe and gonna act like they didn't even see me." It's like, you ain't gonna speak to them because of what? You know, so you want this ongoing tension everywhere you go, and Lord knows, the same way it can be on the streets where people act like that, with people in their churches, people on their jobs, people at school, or whatever it is that they have going on, could be the same way in the YouTube streets.
Oh, yep.
So and so is in the what you call it. I ain't going in there. I ain't saying nothing because if they say something to me, I'm gonna have a roastathon. I mean, but is it actually what you think it is, or is it your ego that just got bruised?
That part.
Are you protecting your peace, or are you protecting your reputation? And how much of that is actually, um, how much of that details growth?
Mm.
How much of that is showing maturation? How much of that is actually allowing you to move forward? Now I get the whole thing of, we've come to agree to disagree, or that's not the type of person I want to hang around. Okay.
Right.
I'm gonna distance myself. I don't have to speak to everybody the same way. I didn't know you at first. We can always go back to that. The thing about it is, where is your heart in the matter? Is this a
Mm.
thing that you're constantly carrying with you from place to place? You know, and now you over there about to have a heart attack because of what you're holding against so many people, you know.
And yeah, and them people don't moved on, don't even know. Like they not even thinking about it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Black Love Permission said reputation. Yeah. I have a reputation. Brick Family Fun said, check your heart posture. Yeah, what is your heart? What's going on with your heart? And sometimes we can always think about, oh, what's going on in your heart as it pertains to, what's your attitude about the situation. No, what's going on with your heart? That thing that keeps the blood pumping in you. Because sometimes we don't even recognize that the things that we carry emotionally is also carrying on the inside of us physically too.
Yep. And it's
And so,
heavy.
mm, what you say?
No, I said yeah, and it's heavy. All because you
Mm-hmm.
don't want to have a conversation.
Mm-hmm. I mean, and even if you don't have a conversation, how long do you have to walk around with that yourself? Because the person could have did what they did and moved on with their life, but you're the one that's still carrying the bones. You're still carrying the knives, the forks. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to carry the evidence of what happened to you several months ago, several weeks ago. several years ago. How long of that, how much of that is actually doing wear and tear on who you are as an individual, mentally, spiritually, emotionally, physically? Yes, it can cause sickness.
Mm.
Yeah. Resentment, unforgiveness. Absolutely.
Ouch. Ouch.
Now, again, we're still talking about going from survival mode to intentional living. So we're talking about the thing of, I don't want to just survive the incident. I want to be able to thrive afterwards. I want to be able
Mm.
to live after that moment, after that indiscretion, after that moment of contention. I want to be able to live. I don't want to find myself on, laying up in a sick bed because I didn't had an argument with the wrong person.
Yeah.
I
I
was
want to know
typing
how
real
it's
hard
happening.
in the chat, miss, and now I got to go to let the people, therapize me and put a couple of stents in my arteries.
Yo, that part. Y'all, oh, it be so much deeper than we realize, Lord.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
Says
good
the
night,
person
Bambi.
holding stuff in, and months later gets 3 pills for the heart and the blood pressure,
Mm-hmm.
all because harboring. Okay, y'all.
Yes. Bambi, I see you. I so glad that you were able to hang out with us as long as you were. Good night. Love you too. And I hope that you're able to rest up. Whew. But like I said, come on. Black Love Permission to say, I choose life. I choose life.
Amen.
I
Literally.
choose life. You know what I'm saying? I choose life. I want to live. I want to breathe. I don't want
Mm,
the thing that somebody did to me or something that somebody said to me or a way that I feel about something then cause me to shorten my own days. Or even if my days aren't shortened, and now I'm surviving, to say a heart attack or something or a stroke. I'm surviving, AFib because every time I see them, my heart is pounded out of my chest. Now I dealing with some kind of arrhythmia issue. And a lot of that is tied to unforgiveness. And
mm,
I'm not talking about the people that, have all kind of issues and stuff because stuff happens. The body is just what the body is. It's a body.
right.
We're just as susceptible to one thing as the next person. Everybody get exposed and some folks they come out and they fine. There's other people, their arm be falling off or something. The other people in the wheelchair. You just don't know. But what I am saying though is don't be the contributing factor to your ailment because of what you want to hold on to. Um, the third thing, and we almost out of here. We halfway gone through already. How comfort can quietly become your biggest limitation. Can I say that one more time? How comfort can quietly become your biggest limitation.
Take a chance.
Yeah.
I struggle with that.
Hey Liz, I just wanted to acknowledge you right quick. Appreciate your presence here. Hello, cuz Tina, and all the cousins on the couch. Well, this the cousin, what was it? Two cousins, one
There's
couch
one
is
couch.
tomorrow. This is the intentionally random space, but it's cool though. We still consider you one of our honorary cousins though. But
Yes, what's up, cuz?
so glad that you decided to hang out with us tonight. Greetings and salutations, and welcome to these here Chatmans. Yeah, but like I said, it's one of those things that I think about as it pertains to um comfort can quietly become your biggest limitation, mainly because you get stuck with that's okay. You
Hmm.
get okay with mediocrity. You become stagnant in that there's no forward movement. You're just okay. And I'm not saying that everybody should be swinging on the chandelier trying to make it happen and make it rain. What I am saying is sometimes we can find ourselves in a space in our minds. We're not growing mentally. We're not learning anything. We're not taking on anything new. We're not trying to expand our horizons mentally. We're not praying. How
Mm,
there many times have we been stuck spiritually, all because we don't want to make the sacrifice.
a lot. Well, talk about myself. I don't got no 50, but. What JDB? I don't got no fancy
I ain't
JDB.
got no picture either,
Yeah.
honey, girl. Cause if I did, let me tell you something. I need to buy some stocks. Since she's buying so much Fenty, let me get some stock because I think the stock might rise after a while. Um, but I'm just saying, it's one of those things that I continue to consider as it pertains to getting comfortable in those spaces. Like I was saying a minute ago about relationships. Sometimes it's like it's a familiar face. I'm used to you. I'd have seen you the past 6 months. I'd have seen you the past 6 years. I'd have seen you the past couple of decades. I'm used to you. I know what you will do, what you won't do. I know what you had a proclivity to do. And I
Mm-hmm.
could get comfortable like that. When it's like, what happens when their presence is limiting you because now you can't be honest about what you need to do for fear of
Mm-hmm.
who they are or who they've become to you? How many times have we limited our own selves because
Mm-hmm.
of who's attached to us? Well, they're gonna think I'm better than them if I do such and such. If I go and upgrade my car and they don't even have one, they're gonna think this about me. You know what I'm saying? It's like how many times have we been in positions where we could have bettered ourselves, but because we were comfortable in the space that we're in, we missed all kind of opportunities.
Mm.
All because we're trying to kick the bobos, and I don't try. I try my best not to look at people like chickens and say, well, these people like chickens and these people like eagles and the eagle got to soar high and all of that. Yeah, I
Right.
get that analogy and all of that, but I still take into consideration that sometimes, I mean, if I look at my own self, I've had some chicken moments my own self.
Who you telling?
Yeah, I've been a
A
whole
lot more
chicken.
than others for
Uh-huh.
myself.
Yes, absolutely. And so I'm like, I mean, and I'm not even taking offense to somebody else calling me a chicken. So at least I make eggs. What I'm saying though is this: when it comes to you being able to go further or do more or to have greater capacity in your life to even receive more, sometimes it is the people, the attitude that we have that could be limiting us. It ain't always about people either. Sometimes it's just the attitude that you care. You cool with being mean to everybody. So that when that big opportunity does come, it comes in a way that you don't expect, and you being nasty to the cashier that's actually going to own half of the city after a while, and you're going to need them to be able to open the door for
Mm.
you, and they won't because they remembered you when they was working at Popeyes, and how you
Yeah.
do the drink in the window. It's stuff like that.
Lord, forgive me.
Hey, Vaughn, so glad that you decided to hang out with us tonight. We ain't gonna be here but a few more minutes, but we're so
Hey,
glad that you
Vaughn.
decided to come through here. Greetings and salutations, and welcome to these here Chapmans. Whew.
I be scared of like taking chances,
Mm-hmm.
like the what if.
Mm-hmm. And I get that. And that's what I was just speaking to. There have been times in my life where I was afraid to. Oh, I'm about to tell it. I'm about to tell it.
Tina, I ain't gonna even call Cal because I'm like and it's like of course it's just me like on the outside looking in.
Uh-huh.
But I'm just like, it's hard to believe that like you scared to take a chance. You just seem like so bold.
Don't let the smooth voice fool you. Let me tell you something. I'm a whole human out here. Um, Danielle. Oh God, I can't believe I'm going to tell this because Jesus Christ. And she probably wondered what word I'm about to get ready to say. Um, she said something about for those of you all who do not know, uh just Danielle 365 holds a what's this thing, 1 year Bible reading, and she expounds on it. She talks about the different components of what we're going to be reading. She goes over that. She has cliff notes and notes that she goes over with everyone to give them an overview of what we're about to read or indulge in as it pertains to the 1 year Bible.
Mm-hmm.
And one day she asked me, she was like, now it was somebody else that she had, they just read. They didn't have to expound on them. They just read. I was like, oh, okay, that's cool. I could do that. And then she further challenged me and said, and are you gonna expound? So who? Huh? What? You want me to do what?
It was so good
Now
too.
my response was cool as a cucumber. I'm like, oh yeah, no problem. You know what I'm saying? I got you. It ain't nothing to me. But I was shaking in my boots.
Really?
Oh, let me tell you something. I was scared out here. So much so to the point where I was like, I'm about to call her and tell her I ain't gonna make it. I literally wanted to do that. Like,
Really?
yes.
I'm still like,
Terrified.
oh
Petrified. Scared shooketh to my boneth.
wow.
Not
My
I'm
God.
trying to tell you. I'm just being honest right now. And what ended up happening was right beforehand, I remember just feeling this feeling of unworthiness. I've been through a
Mm.
whole lot. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Now, um, those of you all who know bits and pieces of my testimony, you all know that there was a time in my life where I have done some ministering. You know what I'm saying? To the point where I've expounded on the word of God or shared the word with someone. It ain't nothing new. Y'all hear scriptures come from me all the time. So ain't nothing about that is new. The thing about it was I hadn't done it in a while. It had been a long time. I'm like, I really expound on what? I be in the chat and talking about, and the Bible says, with my two little thumbs trying to, put it in there. But when she said I needed to, I was scared because I'm like, I'll, I'm not worthy to be doing this. I'm like, how do I know I can still do this? It's been so long because it really literally had been like over a decade since I even attempted to bring the word. So I was like, wow.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, I'm thinking about all this and my head is like far deep into my own ego, my own way of how I viewed myself, my own way of what the people gonna say about me, and all this, that, and the other. And when it was all said and done,
Mm-hmm.
I still had to do it. And I couldn't be like, oh, I don't feel good today, and you're gonna have to do it yourself at the last minute. I had to go forth. And so what I can say about that is sometimes being comfortable, and I have been very comfortable with just listening,
Mm-hmm.
putting my little two, little three little comments in the comment section and listening to whatever. I didn't have to have the responsibility of making sure that I studied. So what I presented, would be something that the people could hold on to. I didn't have to do all of that. But me being comfortable, it called
Mm-hmm.
me out of my comfort zone. And what what I would have never known is that I could. What I would
Mm.
have never known is that I mean, it is what it is. I would have never thought God would have used me in that fashion again, and especially not in this space. Now that might sound weird to y'all because I'm sure some of y'all like, I don't know how that is. You
Why?
always preaching. I'm like, no, not really. No,
You talking about? Mm-mm. No, not
no,
really.
not really. I have conversations, but I don't be, preaching like that. Dame Mo Straight Go in the building. So glad that you decided to hang out with us tonight. And as always, we like to acknowledge our men that come into the space and hang out with us. Thank you. And we on our way out the door, but if you would be kind of rewind one time for the one time and catch some of this that we've been talking about tonight. It's only been a little less than an hour. A matter of fact, we at the 50-minute mark now. And so with these past the next few minutes, we'll be getting out of here. But we're so glad that you decided to hang out with us these low little few minutes. Greetings and salutations, and welcome to these here chatness.
It
Oh my
ain't.
goodness. That lady said, Pastor Taylor, Jesus is hilarious. Who that who that said, and hey, who that? So glad that you decided to stop by in here too, which I find absolutely amazing. That I'm seeing you all, and it's warming my heart so. But who that I see you years ago, when my best
Mm.
friend died, her sister asked me to speak at the service. I said I can't, but God said, how could you not speak about your friend?
Oh wow! Ouch!
Ooh,
Lord, please nobody that thing is phone up.
wow. And she
Wow!
did.
Wow!
Wow. She said her family wanted copies of what I said.
Oh,
Wow.
wow.
Vaughn said to me, your conversation is preaching, but I'm talking about the times I heard you speak to me or in general. Oh,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know whether to say that's a compliment or not, but okay.
I
But
told
yeah,
her,
that's a
y'all.
lot of times that's what it is. It is a conversation. As long as you're not pointing the finger at other people and willing to be transparent, I can understand how that could come across as like a preached word. Um, but beyond that, who that? So glad that you decided to hang out with us. I don't even know how long you've been here because you just said something. But greetings and salutations and welcome to the Chapmans. Wow, wow, it's a blessing. It's a real blessing. I'm sorry. I gotta pause. I gotta pause for a moment. I love y'all. Y'all wonderful. You know, y'all should know y'all wonderful to me anyway in your own right. Who that? You are amazing to me.
Mm-hmm.
I have watched you now for a while, coming up on somewhere close to a year,
Oh.
um, in this YouTube journey of mine, and in watching you be gracious, graceful, sometimes funny. You could be hilarious at times.
Mm-hmm.
But to know how much wisdom that you bring into the space, I want you to know that I appreciate you even if I don't say it often, or even if I've never said it, because I don't even remember ever taking the time to say this to you. But I just wanted you to know that you're a blessing to me, and you're a blessing to any space that um, you allow yourself to be in. I don't count it lightly that you're here, and I thank you. I just wanted to thank you. Take a moment to thank you specifically for being here tonight.
Thank you for being honest, open and honest. Like that really, when I tell you what I said out so loud, because this would be, let me see, that was like in 2006. One of my really good friends, she passed.
Hmm.
And I did not speak at her funeral. And now I'm like, wow. Like, but everything happens for a reason. But I wish I would have been hearing from the Lord at that time. Maybe I would have been led. But I have chickened out who that on like so many like times when people have asked me, and y'all I get on here and I talk, but I'm like, I really have like this fear of public speaking.
Hmm.
Like I have like when I say chicken out so many times from like different things, but
Hmm.
that hit because I'm like, that is deep. Like, oh, I feel so bad, y'all. You have to hear this up and cry like OMG. I am so happy you were able to hear from the Lord and you were able to do that. Like, and thank you for like literally sharing that. Like, thank you. Wow.
The only mommy money getter is in the building. Just wanted to acknowledge you. So glad that you decided to hang out with us. Stop by tonight. Greetings and salutations, and welcome to these here Chapmans. Whoo,
Hey,
man.
MMG.
Wow. The Black Blood Permissioner said, "Wow, my best friend passed, and I was asked to sing at her
Mm.
memorial. I couldn't do it. Let me tell you something. I tried one time.
Mhm.
There was a guy I was really really close to. We had hung together for quite a few years. He was part of. Oh Lord, I can't believe I'm about to say this out loud. I used to work for Guardian Sound Entertainment years ago, and when I worked for Guardian Sound, Ryan was the what does he work as? He worked as the um I don't know if he did PR. He was an A&R. He was an A&R there.
Mhm.
And I remembered, oh, and he could sing really, really well. Matter of
Mhm.
fact, the last time he and I sang together was another friend of ours' funeral. Well, he passed, and his mother asked me to sing. I thought she was just going to ask me to speak. She asked me to sing at his funeral. And I was okay up until that day because I was a wreck, because he was like a brother to me. And when I tell you, when it was time for me to sing, I went tone deaf, which is not something that has
Mm.
never been one of my things. I nearly went tone deaf. I couldn't find my key. My voice was shot, all because It was horrible because I had been crying so that I cried my voice literally out. And I didn't even know what to sing because I was so distraught in the moment. So I got up there, I was able to talk, but then when it came time for me to sing, I was like, I don't know what in the world to do. I ended up singing This Little Light of Mine or something like that. And I was like, because I needed everyone else to begin to sing because I couldn't muster through it. So I understand what it's like or how it feels as it pertains to feeling like I can't do this. It's too much for me. I'm not able to do this. This is and I'm like, I felt like I know I felt like saying to her, I ain't gonna be able to sing. I might can say a few words, but I know I'm not gonna be able to say. But I didn't think it would be that bad because I had just sang at another friend of ours, who worked there, was one of the main recording artists of Guardian Sound, when he was singing. And I was like, when he passed, we all sang. Everybody in it, because just about everybody in there was talented and could sing or play an instrument or something. So we
Right.
all was very quite talented. So when we formed a makeshift choir almost to sing at the young man's funeral, no rehearsal, we just picked up our parts, we decided what we were going to sing and just went for it. And of not knowing that we were even on the program, but the mother of the guy who passed put us on there, and so we found out when we got there we had to sing, and I was like,
Mm-hmm.
oh, okay. And so it was one of those things where I'm like, I knew I could do it then, but how come I couldn't do it later, not knowing that it took me out of there. So I get the whole thing of I can't.
Right.
Now I'm like, from now on, I'm praying about it because I'm like, I'm not doing myself like that no more. I'm
Oh
praying,
no.
I'm making sure I get the clearance from God because I don't want to be in one of those states where I'm like, I'm not even able to do what I've been set up here to do. Whew, I didn't expect to go there, but man, that was something else. And again, thank you, Huda, for sharing that. Um,
Mm-hmm.
it's the thing of coming out of that comfort zone to do the uncomfortable thing, that
Mm-hmm.
it means something different for everyone.
Mm-hmm.
And we all can be called to different spaces, but even in that, it's the thing of just knowing that I got to go past how I feel in this moment to
Mm.
accomplish something. Yes, the clearance from God is key. Yeah, I got to get the clearance because I'm not just gonna be up there just doing no anything, sounding like scratching crows and all of that. Um, and lastly, because we getting up out of here in just a moment. While real healing requires honesty, most people avoid. Real healing requires honesty, most people avoid. A lot of times, if we just be, what she say? I'm comfortable to talk, but I will never be comfortable to sing. I will never be comfortable to sing. I get it. Oh, now she talking. Even if you could do it, does not mean you should do it. That's why I said something about getting the clearance. Um,
Thank you, Lord.
yes, because I couldn't even minister to the people in the song, and I'm like, nope, I had to get up there. I might as well just sat down. They had several seats and act like I wasn't even there when they called my name. Um, a real healing requires honesty. Most people avoid. Um, when it comes to being comfortable in your own lies that you tell yourself. I ain't talking about the stuff that you tell other people because a lot of times we can still tell somebody else something and still be aware that that wasn't the truth. You know what
Right.
I'm saying? But there are times that we lie to ourselves. And in order for us to begin to experience the healing that we need, we have to be able to not only look in the mirror at what's going on the outside of us,
Mm-hmm.
straightening that wig out and making sure we get the crust out of our eye and making sure all your buttons are lined up properly. But you also got to take a moment to look and see what's going on the inside of you, because sometimes we can be the biggest hindrances of our lives, not what somebody did to us, but how we responded, not
Yeah.
what somebody didn't do for us, but more so what we didn't do for someone else. you know, considering what we had been experiencing ourselves. Um, because we're not always gracious. We're not always merciful.
Mm.
We're not always doing things from the right attitude or with the right motives. And
Mm-hmm.
with that, sometimes we have to be able to be honest with ourselves. MMG said sometimes we can be too hard on ourselves as well.
Mm.
That's the truth. That is the truth.
And at the same time, sometimes not hard enough. Like keeping it real with ourselves.
hmm I'm
Have
not.
it
I'm
really.
not ignoring you, Liz. What you will find out about me is that P word is one of them that feels like scratching nails against a chalkboard for me. And if you don't know nothing about that, it's something that scratches at my soul a little. So if you say something and that word preaching is in it, I ain't ignoring you. I saw it, I read it, but I was like, I don't want to say that right there. But I hear what you're talking about, and I appreciate you. But yeah, sometimes we can be um too hard on ourselves because sometimes we're holding ourselves to a standard that is not even realistic. Um, I know some of us, especially those who know anything about the Bible or Christian leaning or something like that, or have had any kind of past where you've read the Bible or studied it at any given time, you will come across either someone quoting or you've read it yourself that I could do all things through Christ that strengtheneth me. The thing about that is a lot of times we don't be leaning on Him for our strength. You know, we be trying to put a lot of things on ourselves, and then
Mm-hmm.
because we try to do it in ourselves with our limited resources, limited strength, limited know-how, no counsel, nobody to help us. We just all
Mm-hmm.
trying to get it out the mud, pull ourselves up by the bootstraps and all of that. And then the thing fails or the thing doesn't work out the way that we should. And then here we are want to take a sledgehammer to ourselves and beat ourselves up all because we failed. It didn't work out the way that we planned. And sometimes we are being hard on ourselves, mainly because you were hard from the outset. You weren't looking to seek no help from the beginning. You know, you weren't looking to get the counsel that you need. And even in you not seeking that help, sometimes you can be hard on yourself. I didn't know I needed help with this. I didn't know that I didn't have the capacity to take this on. I
Mm-hmm.
didn't know that I didn't have the knowledge that I needed to carry this out. I didn't know that I needed to take a moment and consider and count up the cost for the thing that I'm about to endeavor in. And we can be hard on ourselves even in that because sometimes we don't know what we don't know. And when we don't know what we don't know, how do we know what things to even ask for if you don't even know the thing or about the thing that you need to ask about? Danielle says, just because you refuse to say it in no way makes it any less true. Call the thing what it is. You are proclaiming which, oh, Lord, she talking to me. Wait. I wasn't, oh,
Mm-hmm.
Lord, what? How did this happen? I just got rebuked in my own chat list. Oh, well, let me read it again let me go and get this rebuke with my full chest. Just because you refuse to say it in no way makes it any less true. Call the thing what it is. You are proclaiming, which is preaching. I'm just saying. And y'all over here just killed over laughing. Underlived, whatever. Y'all just over here with the tip. Y'all got 10 chuckles today. And then look at the cuz talking about some game over. Look at this here.
Mm-hmm.
Look at this here. Vaughn says she telling the truth. Oops. Look at this. Do you see what's happening here? Let me hurry up and end this. So I could go on with my life and they could go on with theirs. One thing I can say, thank you. Because let me get myself together. I need to clutch my pearls and get myself together. Thank you, Danielle. One thing you will do is make sure that an individual is grounded. And we gonna tell the truth today, even when we stepping on our own toes and we have to say ouch, because that most certainly was an ouch moment. Um, yeah, but real healing does require honesty. Just like she was saying. Man. The honesty of recognizing who we are,
Mm-hmm.
recognizing the gifts and the talents that we do have, recognizing our limitations as well. We must be able to tell the truth. We must be able to see it for what it is and thereby being accountable.
Mm-hmm.
If I notice that I am lacking, then I need some help. Whether that help comes with understanding, knowledge, wisdom, or that help comes in the form of uh, uh, sound counsel. And I mean sound. What do I mean by sound counsel? Somebody that got some sense talking to you. Somebody that knows something about something. That could tell you something that's right and good and befitting for the moment. That's what I mean. I ain't talking about, oh, that should be enough definition for you to get it. Hold on to that. What I'm saying now is in being honest about who we are and the things that we possess and acknowledging when we don't know something, acknowledging when we have not made it to that space of, oh, I got this and I can flow in it, or I have this thing and now I can move forward in confidence. Just being able to say I'm not confident in this thing is growth. It shows maturation and it allows you to be accountable to the fact that, okay, since I don't know what I'm doing, let me reach out to someone who does.
Mm.
I, mm,
Thank you, Lord.
mm, 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 mm. Okay. Mr. Mulatto is in the house 365. Appreciate you for being here in the building. Greetings and salutations. Welcome to these here Chapmans. And as always, we like to acknowledge the men that come into the space. We appreciate you and glad that you decided to hang out with us these low couple of minutes that we got left in here. And if you would, be kind and rewind one time for the one time. And hopefully you'll get something out of it that may be divine. Hello. But thank you. Um, and so I want to ask you, Anthony's,
Mm-hmm.
before we get out of here. Um, we haven't been talking about anything that we've been wanting anybody to be shamed about. We've
Mm-hmm.
discussed the things that have affected us personally. We've shared in the capacity of our experiences where we recognized our strengths, we recognized our limitations, we recognized our obstacles as well. Is there anything that you want to leave the people with for a final thought?
I would say like just be honest, y'all. Out of everything we discussed, for me, that's like the hardest thing for me. So I don't know if that would be the hardest thing for like somebody else to just like truly be honest. The more honest that I am like with myself about my situation, holding myself accountable, the more intentional I feel. So I'm gonna just say, just be honest. You don't gotta share it with nobody, like, but be honest with yourself. And of course, the Lord knows. And like Tina said, like if you have somebody who you feel that you can go to, maybe like share your honesty with them. If it is like a sound voice and they can be honest with you. I've shared things with Tina and she helped me work on it. So it's cool. But yeah, keep it real. If you don't keep it real with nobody else, keep it real with yourself because that's like the hardest thing to do. Because nobody can't see your inside. Like Yo Brit said, you gotta check your heart so you can move forward.
Amen. You know what I'm saying? Who else preaching here today?
Not me.
Excellent point.
So that will require public speaking, which right now, let me stop. I ain't gonna say I ain't gonna do it.
Excellent point. Excellent point. Uh-oh. We must stop. The red carpet had to come out one more time for the one time. For who? My mama is in the building. My mother, of which I have come out of her womb, is in the building. Joyce Woods, so glad that you decided to hang out with us. I don't know how long you've been here because I know you have a tendency to hang out in the backdrop somewhere listening to see if I'm disparaging the family name. But I am so glad that you decided to hang out with us tonight. Greetings and salutations. Welcome to the chat. But she said that's the only way you can grow. And yes, it is
Mhm.
about being honest. From the Sippers in the building as well. So glad that you decided to hang out with us. And as always, we roll out the red carpet for the gentleman of the hour because we appreciate your strength. We appreciate your knowledge. We appreciate your security that you bring into the space. Thank you for hanging out with us, stopping by. Greetings and salutations. Welcome to the Chapmans. And if you haven't heard the whole thing, be kind and rewind one time for the one time and see if you find something divine. And it will help change your mind. Hello? Huh, bars. But anyway, we're just so glad that you were able to come out and hang out with us as we head on out the door. Greetings and salutations. Welcome to these here Chapmans.
Hey.
Whew. With that being said, and I will close with this thought. Now that I'm nervous because y'all just said so much here tonight. My goodness. I must piggyback on what Anthony said about being honest. Keeping it real. Being willing to say the hard part, the hard thing, the thing that is embarrassing. To acknowledge the thing that may you feel shame sometimes. You really do experience shame. I'm one of those people because folks will be like, I just be out here doing the most. Yeah, I have swung on a chandelier or two back in my day, but that doesn't mean that I want to live like that now. With that being the case, there are times where I make mistakes. I have bad judgment. Horrible at times. Um, And especially like I said earlier, when it comes to holding on to things and people that I don't need to be holding on, and that I'm not prepared for the type of influence that they have in my life. And so I have to be prayerful. I have to be mindful. I have to be discerning in knowing that it's only so far that I can go before I get in trouble. I'm determined to grow. I'm determined to mature. I'm determined to go from this place of not knowing into a place of knowing, into a place of understanding, and into a place of growth. Um, I'm looking forward to this series that we have,
Yes.
and as we talk about going from survival mode to intentional living. And just like this is called the intentionally random broadcast, it's random, but it's
Mm-hmm.
more so intentional. You never know what we're going to talk about. You never know what we may highlight. You never know what story may get told that will touch your mind, touch your heart, change your life. With that being said, it is my desire for all of you all to live intentionally
Mm-hmm.
and allow the things that have been said today, what you've read today, what you've heard today, to be the catalyst for forward progress. You don't have to necessarily get all the way to the end right today, but at least be on your way to see
Please.
what the end gonna be. And so
Good.
I'm grateful for all of you all who have come out. Um, Danielle said this is a courageous place to be, choosing forward progress without regard to the cost.
Mm. Yeah, because it's costly.
It is costly, but it's worth it. My
So
growth
worth
is
it.
worth it.
So worth it.
My expansion is worth it. You
So
know,
worth it.
somebody else getting help, the help that they need from that sacrifice is worth it.
Mhm.
You
So
are
worth
worth
it.
it. Everybody that's in this chat, you're worth it. Those who will listen to this later, you're worth it. Those who came in here earlier but weren't able to stay, you're worth it. Be willing to invest in yourself. And with that, we appreciate y'all. Thank y'all for coming out. Bye.
Bye.